an insult to you, and you become offended, and you're like, well, no, I'm not going. Is that the gift itself? Hi, good morning. I just wanted to have a discussion with you, and this is just a thought that I think may be of benefit. I don't know, but it was a beautiful view that we saw. I just wanted to show you. We have to be so grateful for being able to be woken up early in the morning, and whatever you see outside of your window, even if you don't like what you see, just be grateful for sight. We have to always be grateful. And that is very much a very powerful key to increase in life. It's being grateful for the small things, and your gratitude will allow the giver to continue to pour you and spoil you with gifts. I just want to talk about that. Actually, this is a good lead in to talk about the gift and the giver. I'm not usually a guy who posts a lot of stuff on Facebook, so this is not my usual thing to do, but I have to just go with the flow, unfortunately. So whether it offends or not offends, and everybody says you talk too much, I don't really care. I just want to be able to give what I've been given. Now, the subject matter is the gift and the giver. The gift and the giver. Now, when we look at a ceremony that happens most of the time when children are born, the parents tend to invite guests over to something we call, I think it's a baby shower. I think that's what the term is. And basically, it's where family members, friends, guests, they come and they show their appreciation and celebrate the new birth of this child. And part of that demonstration of the celebration is a gift that is given on behalf of the child to the parent. And usually, gifts can vary depending on the people who are giving, but the wise ones will give the child something that will be useful for the child to use in the future. Some people give them clothes, some people give them things. Okay, some people even give them toys, but I mean, all right, well, it's not the most practical. But again, like I said, it's all dependent on the wisdom of the giver. Now, imagine if you were one of these individuals who you've given a gift to on behalf of a child, and you've given out of the goodness of your own heart and your own spirit, and it's something that was very valuable, something that was very precious, something that was very useful, very practical, and something that can always benefit the child and also others. Now, imagine if that years go by and the parents are always calling you saying, oh my God, I need to help. I'm always struggling. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And, oh, these didn't work out today. And could you help me? And what was frustrating you, why you were not quick to answer, is that if the parent or the receiver of the gift, let's put it that way, the receiver of the gift, was aware that the solutions that they were looking for was already given to them in the gift. But the fact that they keep asking for things that would have been solved by the unwrapping of the gift gives you the indication that they didn't unwrap the gift. How infuriated would you be if you gave somebody a gift that solves all of their problems and they didn't open it for years, didn't unwrap it, didn't look into it, didn't see the value of it, didn't appreciate it? In fact, it shows a disrespect to the giver and to the wisdom of the giver. Think about it. Give you a moment to think about it. When I was discussing about your path, understand it this way. or our path individually. Imagine that if when you were born, you didn't know, unaware to you, there was a straight path that was laid out in front of you. And in fact, in some way, you had a dream about that path and about the destiny, the end destination. But, time goes on as you go through life. We forget the dream and we lose the path. Then we start wandering. We wander over here, we wander over there, we get led here, we get pulled there. We get to the point whereby we can't actually remember why we're doing what we're doing. Have you ever been to that situation? Have you been to a situation whereby you're driving and you've been driving for a long while, and you get to the point where you kind of get to understand that you don't really know where you're going, and you're kind of trying to pretend, trying to keep people comforted who's passengers, saying, they'll say, hey, how's it going? Are we there yet? Are we near? Yeah, don't worry, I got it covered. Relax, man. I know where we're going. This is probably a symbol of our lives. It's probably a symbol of my life for a period of time. In fact, it was. Pretending to know where I was going, but really couldn't see any signs and any signals. I was absolutely lost. There was nothing that I recognized. But sometimes it takes tragedy. Sometimes it takes crisis. Sometimes it takes a detour, and that detour actually takes you right back to the path, and you didn't even, you didn't even plan it. It just happened. But when you get on that path, you start to discover that there are gifts, and there is a gift that is within you. And once you find that gift that's within you, and you're able to release it, it will solve your problems and the problems of others. Now, here's the challenge. The challenge is that our entire system, the entire world system, has been created and set up in order to get human beings to focus on their skills and on their talents. Okay? And your skill and your talents are things that you can practice, you can rehearse, you can develop, and you could perfect in some way. But the gift is very different from your talent. Your gift is something that is an ability or something that you have a function to do, and you don't know why it's so easy for you. It just comes naturally. But for others, it's difficult. And you just can't even understand why they can't see it or why they can't do it. And but you don't automatically recognize it's a gift. And the reason being is because we have not been educated enough to understand the difference between the gift, the skill, and the talent. And our education system tells us work hard, perfect your skills, perfect your talents, go out, get yourself a job, go out in the world and work hard, and you will prosper. That's what they told us. Is it true? Ask yourself the real question. For everyone who told you the same things, is it true? Is there none another way? So imagine the entire system has been lying to us and deceiving us, because you see, the thing about your talents and your skills, they can only achieve moderate results. It's going to be mediocre, at least, in comparison to the gift. You may even get some degree of success from your skills and your talents, but nothing in comparison to what will happen if you was to release the gift. The problem is, as the serpent deceived Eve in the garden, the system has just become more sophisticated in the way it communicates and broadcasts the same deception, whether it's through TV, whether it's through society, whether through our social stereotypes that we try to fit into, the whole, gambit of it, and how we try to, chase this thing called, I'm going to say it, but people think, I'm about that, so let me make it clear. People go to chasing for money. Money doesn't even exist. It's not even real. It's a system. It's numbers. You see, I've worked in the markets, and I understand that it's just digits. It's just digits on an account that somebody determines how much and how little you have. So I don't chase off. Anyway, that's another lesson. But the point is, the gift and the giver, depending on the wisdom of the giver, it's going to determine the value and the potential and the power and the usefulness, the practicalness of the gift. And if we are to find ourselves and find our mission in life and find our path, maybe, well, I believe it is, because it seems so for me, that when you find that path, everything you need has been provided for you for every step of the journey. And the reason why life can be so hard, and I'm talking about for myself, is that I put all of my energy into perfecting my talents and my skills, and life was tough. But once I got to the point where I understood the gift, then I realized that all I need to do is to explore it, to search it, to try to understand its various usages, and then manifest it, release it, not only to help me, but to help others, because the gift doesn't work just to benefit itself. That's the difference between talent, skill, and the gift. And the other thing is, you don't market your gift. Market your talents. Sell your skills. But don't sell and market the gift. Why? Because if I gave you a lawnmower, for argument's sake, and you were lawn mowing your lawn one day, and your neighbor said, hey Bob, can I borrow your lawnmower? And you said, yeah, sure. For a fee? For a rental agreement? For a price? The giver of the gift would be upset and offended that you were selling and marketing something that he gave to you in order for you to share with others. He gave it to you freely in order for you to freely share it with others. A man's gift will make room for him and bring him before great men. Selah. Faith works. Actually, it is hot to you.